The snow fell in silence. It was the kind of snow that turned the whole city into a sketch: soft edges, pale lines, charcoal shadows. Vienna in winter was not loud or dramatic. It was composed, elegant, and full of the kind of beauty that whispered rather than shouted. Lucia stood by the tall window of her rented flat in the 4th district. She held a cup of tea in both hands. Outside, the streets were dusted white, the trams moved like red ribbons through the quiet, and the street lamps glowed golden against the blue-gray morning. It was her 3rd week in Vienna. She had come not for any grand reason, no conference, no concert, no job. Just the feeling that something in her wanted to walk slowly somewhere new. After decades of Tuscany's olive groves and sun-washed piazzas, she was drawn to the hush of a winter city. Vienna had called her like a cello in a darkened hall. By 9 a.m., Lucia wrapped her scarf, buttoned her long wool coat, and stepped out. The city greeted her with the scent of roasted chestnuts and snow on stone. She walked without aim. That was the point. Past the Karlskirche, whose dome peeked out from clouds. Past bakeries still warm with morning bread. Past statues of men with frozen beards and marble eyes. Her boots crunched lightly. Her breath rose in little clouds. She passed a man sketching the cathedral in the snow, a woman selling sprigs of pine and mistletoe, and a child dragging a wooden sled with a stuffed bear tied to the front. Lucia smiled. Her first stop was Café Spirl. Inside, velvet chairs, wood-paneled walls, mirrors stained by time. A waiter in a waistcoat took her coat and nodded, no words needed. She ordered a mélange and a slice of Zahortorta. The coffee came thick, the chocolate cake layered with apricot jam and coated in silence. She took out a book but didn't open it. She listened to the murmur of conversation, the soft clink of porcelain, the faint notes of Strauss playing on the radio. Every table was its own world. 2 old men played chess near the window. A woman read poetry in French. A couple shared whipped cream and secrets. After an hour, she stepped back into the cold. To the Belvedere. She wandered the museum slowly, letting herself get lost. The rooms were warm. The light was soft. She stopped in front of Klimt's The Kiss for a long time, not because of the gold or the fame, but because it reminded her of something she had never said. Outside, the gardens lay quiet beneath snow. Lucia took the tram to the Naschmarkt, where even in winter, there was life. She bought blood oranges, rye bread, a wedge of mountain cheese, and a tiny tin of paprika. In the afternoon, the sun came out briefly, silver and low. She walked along the Ringstrasse, past the State Opera House, the museums facing each other like dignified elders, the Hofburg wrapped in history. She visited a small bookstore tucked into a side street. Bought a used copy of Rilke's Letters. Sat by the fire in a quiet corner. As night fell, she followed the sound of violin to a small chamber concert in a former palace. The chairs creaked, the candles flickered, and for an hour, the music unfolded like snowflakes. Mozart, Schubert, a surprise encore from a local composer whose name she didn't know but would never forget. Afterward, she walked home. The snow had returned. Lightly, gently. The city shimmered, not with noise or neon, but with memory, with restraint, with elegance. She opened the window and let the cold in. She poured a glass of red wine. She wrote in her notebook. Today, Vienna felt like a handwritten letter, slow, careful, and full of things not said aloud. She closed the book and listened as the snow continued to fall. Soft, certain, like music played for no one in particular, and yet somehow, exactly for you.